Hi guys, I want to talk to you about how I ended up resigning from my job without another job lined up. And I must say that I've been nervous to talk about this because in my circle there are people that were supportive of this decision, and there were people that were not. So, and I also know that from the people that are viewing this video, there will be people that are supportive of it, and then there will be those that will think that this is just a stupid move. But it's something that is true to me, and I'm making this video for someone else who is probably thinking about this, or maybe they have already done it, and sometimes you just want to know that there are people that are in the same situation as you. So yeah, this video is just for those people. And if you think that it's something that you wouldn't do, then it's okay. Deciding to leave your job without another one, or thinking about it, it's scary, and it's not easy. It's not easy for you to make such a decision, and it's okay for you to feel the way that you feel. Also, if you are thinking about it, do note that sometimes when people respond to you about this decision, they are not necessarily responding to your situation. Sometimes they are responding to their own fears about what you are thinking of doing or what you have done. So your responsibility is to take all of that criticism or advice or whatever, assess it. If it's applicable to you, use it. Whatever that is not applicable to you, don't use it. Because we can't live in fear, and also we can't live in other people's fears. Why I ended up resigning, I felt that the environment was toxic. There was just like minor passive aggressiveness behaviors. Like into ongayiboni kahle, but when it hits you, it's like what just happened. You can't put a finger to it, but it's happening. Like the environment is just not on. So I could not take it anymore. To be fair, I had been planning to resign for a couple of months, but at the time that I did it, it was not at the point when I was ready to make that decision. But the environment was just too much for me, and my mental health, my mental well-being had to take priority at that point. I had started feeling that environment is not nurturing my talent, and it does not align to my values. So me, I am the type of person that values how I spend my life, how I spend each and every day of my life, and things that are not leading me to where I see myself, or they are not bringing joy in my life, I just try and cut them out. And for me to be at a place where I spend most of my life, that's like 5 days of your life where you feel that you are not adding value, you are not having a good impact in people's lives. It's just all about climbing the corporate ladder and minding your own scorecard, and not worrying about other people and collaborating well with other people. Like those type of things, they are just... So what now? What's happening in my life now? Two things that I'm very passionate about is traveling and well-being. So my wildest dream is to travel the world full time, exploring cultures, experiencing how it is to live in a different town, and things like that. That is my wildest dream. The other thing that I'm very passionate about, and I believe it's what I have been given to serve humanity is well-being, holistic well-being. It breaks my heart for me to see people like, every day you're going to work, at the end of the month you are paying your debt or whatever, but the fire in you, it's just not there. So all you do is work, pay your bills, that's it. Work, pay your bills, and that's it. Also mental well-being and mental health and just holistic well-being, it's something that we are not exposed to in the Black townships, and that's a problem. That's a problem for me, and that's where I see that I could do my part in serving humanity. I was only exposed to well-being when I started working. Besides that, it was just not there. And it also breaks my heart to see, and hear, people, mabakhuluma like us, you can just tell ukuthi nje, ithemba alisekho. So I am studying social sciences, majoring in psychology and counseling. And that's just me. I want to do life coaching for the African youth, so that we just work together. I don't have all the answers as to how do we move our society forward as Black people, but I know that the answers are in each and every person that is living like us, that is living in Africa. So I just want to be that person that sparks the light, that makes people realize that we are so talented. We don't have to be the continent ehlala idonatelwa yona, and in as much as I appreciate the donations that we get from other countries and etc., the sponsorships, the learnerships, things like that, but we cannot remain in that situation. We are talented as Black people, but we just have to do the inner work and find it within us to work and get the solutions. So that's my aim. That's the contribution I want to make in society. And then so how I plan to fund my passions or my life, I have a kiddies clothing line that I started sometime last year. It's called Ngosiami. And the idea behind this brand is to create kiddies clothes that celebrate the culture, our culture as Africans, that celebrates the icons that we have in Africa, because we look up to people outside of the continent a lot. Look at the cartoons that we watch, our Peppa Pig, our Paw Patrol, it's something that don't reflect us as Africans. So ngathi as now ama icons, and it's now, so I want to have those things on the kiddies clothes, so that we start the conversation, and we tell the kids that these are the people that grew up in the same environment as you, and this is what they have achieved, so you can also do it. You don't have to be in a different area for you to achieve what you want to achieve. You can do it here. I look at my son's t-shirts, they have a nice holiday place and whatever, and it's another country like Hawaii or something like that, as if tinas na Devon, so it kind of feels like the child will grow up thinking, Nguti, for me to have the best holiday I have to go to a Hawaii. Can't Noma Use Devon, it's a beautiful destination that you are visiting or whatever. So being proud of who we are as South Africans, as Africans. Another thing that I have started doing is that I am learning to do forex trading. And I was not recruited by those Instagram accounts with flashy cars and all of that. No, I did my proper research with people that I know and trust, and I did get guidance from them. So it's something that I will be trying out, and trading is a risky behavior. No, sorry. So trading is a risky thing. So if you want to do it, make sure that you do your proper research and you are aware of the risks that are involved in it. So I'm not going to be saying much about it. If it's something that you're interested in, research it and decide for yourself whether you want to do it or not. I also have, other ideas of the things that I would like to be doing. But, now that, you left corporate, it's like you are under pressure to prove that, yeah, I can do this. I can do it on my own. I can survive. I don't need this. And then you want to start everything, like, a lot of things at the same time. Like, I'm trying to avoid that. Like, I want to pace myself. Like, gangane, start this, push it and see how it goes, and then when I am ready, start another thing. So another thing is that I don't want to romanticize this whole process. It's not all, Amanda, I left my corporate job, I'm trying it out on my own, I have freedom. No, there are days where Sister Joyce is the voice in my head that says the things that I don't want to hear, the risk manager, that one who comes and say, okay, girl, so you are saying this corporate job doesn't nurture you. Will an empty bread bin nurture you? Like that voice. Sometimes it comes up and says, "Bega man just so stress. I need to get the girl, clever, So those days are there, and the one thing that you need to do if you are in this position is that you must be able to manage your emotions effectively, because it is stressful. When you are in a corporate job, who is like sekunabantu abahambile bayophanda ibhizinisi bayilethe company niyasebenza niyahola whatever, and now you are on your own. You have to go out like uyophanda and and be able to get lay your business layer so that you can earn an income, and that is not an easy thing, especially for someone like me who finished school and then went straight into corporate. So you must be able to manage your emotions properly and empower that voice inside of you, the positive one. I call it like ipantsula, so that voice that says, girl, aksana kubiyelwe emuva manje, sesla. So how do we move forward? Like, whatever happened in the past, it happened. The future is unknown. So now we are in the present. What steps are we taking right now to get to the goal that we want to get to? What are the principles that we are living by so that we know, rapusha girl, we are getting there. Empower that voice. Make sure that you've got the tools, you read the books that helps you. Empower that voice that just fuels you and reminds you, why did you start? Why did you want this freedom to do your own thing? How are you contributing to society? How are you serving humanity? Because the main thing, look at nature. Look at the trees around you. Look at everything, how nature operates. Nature doesn't operate in silos. Like, one thing serves the other, and we forgot that as humans, that I was pileli one. You have to serve other people. So find that thing with how are you serving humanity. So lastly then, what can you expect from my channel going forward? So 80% of my content is going to be about travel. I'm excited that the world of work is at a place now where people are working from home, and I know that there are still companies that are resisting this. They want to do hybrid work. They still force people to go back to the office, but I think that era is going to finish soon. Like, the workforce is not for going back to the office. So, but that creates opportunities because it means that you can work from anywhere. you can decide Uti, probably you stay in Gauteng and you want to learn surfing, for example. So you can stay in Durban for 2 months while you do your surfing lessons. Like, it just opens up opportunities. It gives you like time to go and live in a certain area, experience the culture, and not just go to places that are popular or tourist attractions. Like, it gives you time. You can just decide, Ruti, for the next 2 months you are going to stay in Limpopo. You work from Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday you go and explore. Maybe you do that for a month, and then you are just taking the Fridays off or something like that. It just gives a lot of opportunities. So my role, what I'll be doing in this channel, is that I'm going to be going around different places in the country, finding reasonable places that you can book, because if you are going to stay at a place for a month, then you want your monthly rent, if I can put it, or whatever that you'll be paying for accommodation, it must be reasonable. So I'll be going to such places, looking at whether you can access stable internet connection, because that will be important for your work, and what type of activities that you can do during your weekend, how can you experience the culture and stuff like that. So that will be the aim of my travel channel going forward. And then the other things, 20%, I'll just it'll be an update on how I'm surviving when I'm outside of work, or whether I have decided that I am going back to work because it's just tough. That is also a possibility. But that part will just be a small part of my channel, because it's something that I want to be doing privately in a way. So we'll just see how it goes. So all in all, the aim of this channel, or my journey, it is not to encourage anyone to leave their job, or that's my journey. So what I would like this channel to encourage you to do is for you to take a step towards a life that is fulfilling. That fire in you, don't let it die out. Every day of your life, when you wake up, you've got something to give. So that's it. I hope that you will find that encouragement, and you will follow my journey of living life currently.